Hello world, Twist here, and welcome back to Raw Recapping Review. We have another one from December 22nd, 2025 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you love WWE content and you love wrestling news, wrestling conversations regarding what's going on with the content, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy the video, like it and share it to somebody you knew. We got the intro things going. Let's get right onto this episode. So surprisingly enough, this is the first time in a while we don't start off with a promo. We don't start off with a promo, but we do get the Vision walking into the building, and with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and they see Austin Theory. You know, Paul tells them to go ahead, and get warm inside because it's December in Michigan, it's cold. And Theory uh, tells Paul that he made a lot of mistakes in his career, and that but and the reason he wore the mask was he wanted the people to feel his actions rather than to see who did the actions, and that he wants to be part of the Vision. He wants to pick his own opportunities the same way the Vision did, and that he wants to be in the match against Rey Mysterio tonight. And so Paul's like, okay, he's listening to him, and we get on. But we move on to our first match of the night. It's a banger right here. We got Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. We're having this match because last week Rhea Ripley and Io Sky were about to do a promo, but the Kabuki Warriors came out and missed at them and attacked them. So Rhea's trying to get her get back, and Rhea instantly starts the match off with a big drop kick to Asuka. She gets her in the corner, starts throwing her in that corner, gets to her another corner, throws her over that corner. But then Rhea hits a big headbutt, and it's like instantly tries to get the match over, going for Riptide. Asuka reverses it, gets out of it, goes to the outside of the ring, but Rhea, she's geeked up. She goes to the outside, gets Asuka, starts throwing her into the barricades back and forth. Asuka gets back into the ring, and as Rhea's trying to get into the ring, Kairi Sane distracts Asuka, leading her eye attack, her running hip attack on Rhea while she's on the apron, knocks her down. Now it's Asuka's turn to pick Rhea up and start throwing her into the barricade. And that led to a commercial break. Get back from the commercial break, and we have Asuka do another eye attack into the corner. But Rhea Ripley tried to get a comeback. Asuka stops with a big knee. And as Rhea's on the ground, Asuka grabs Rhea's hair and just lands multiple kicks to the face, and it's really harsh, especially because she just fixed her nose. Rhea gets back. Asuka picks Rhea back up. And that's when Rhea tries to get her comeback in, but Asuka stops all that with a backslide pin combo, pulls it down this way, but she kicks out of it in the ropes, but Kairi grabs her leg, which leads to Asuka doing a big basement drop kick on Rhea. And then she begins to do the Asuka yes kicks, the kicks to the chest of Rhea. But Rhea caught one of the legs and then smacked her. Led to Rhea doing a slam and then doing do a low drop kick as well. And as Asuka's on the ground again, Rhea goes for another drop kick on the ground, but she kicks out of it. After the kick out, Rhea tries to get the match over with by trying to go for a riptide, but Asuka reverses out of the move into a pin, kicks out of it. That leads to Asuka doing her strike combo that she really loves to do, which leads into a big Rhea Ripley enziguri, and that leads to a double down, and that's how we get to another commercial break. Get back from the commercial break with them having a boo, yeah, boo, yeah, boo, which leads to Rhea winning by putting her into a prism lock, which is basically like a reverse sharpshooter but standing up. But as Rhea thinks she's about to lock it in all the way, Asuka reverses it into an ankle lock. But Rhea finds a way to try to get back up, but Asuka stops it by leading to a German suplex slam, big low kick on the ground, but that only gets a kick out of Rhea Ripley. Asuka tries to put in the Asuka lock, trying to get the match over, but that leads to Rhea getting over to the turnbuckle, and that leads to them fighting on top of the turnbuckle. Rhea gets down on the turnbuckle, locks Asuka's head into the turnbuckle, big kick right there, then does a reverse slam, slams her in the face, busts her mouth open a little bit, but you get a 1-2 kick out. You get a kick out on that one. Rhea Ripley's feeling herself after that. She tries to go for the razor's edge, but she takes too long. But that gets into another pin reversal, but we get another kick out. After the kick out, Rhea ends up on the apron. Asuka tries to go for another eye attack, but she misses it. But as she's fighting Rhea, she gets to land on a German suplex on the outside on the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring. Nasty bump right there. As Rhea rolls into the ring, Asuka gets on the top rope. She tries to do a jump, but she gets reversed midair by Rhea with a big super kick, and that lets her being outside. Rhea goes to the apron, does a big cannonball on Asuka. After the cannonball, Rhea puts Asuka back in the ring. She goes on the top rope, but here comes Kairi Sane again, interrupting the match, knocking Rhea down. But then Io Sky popped out, and the reason Io Sky was not there in the first place was because she wasn't medically cleared to be there. So Rhea was like, "Okay, you don't gotta come out tonight." But Io seeing her friend get cheated on, she said she couldn't take it no more. She popped out. She hit Kairi saying one of her uppies, you know what I'm saying? But that led to her getting slammed on her back when she tried to jump on the apron. And Rhea Ripley got distracted by Io Sky on the ground. But then Rhea Ripley got distracted by Io Sky being in pain on the apron, which led to Asuka getting a quick roll up on Rhea. 1, 2, 3. Surprisingly, Asuka gets her first win, 1v1 against Rhea Ripley. Overall, I give that match a 3.5. I give that match a 3.5 because I feel like when you have a lot of interference in the matches, I feel like I can't give you a 4-star, even though they were having a good back and forth and they were really have good chemistry and everything. I feel like, but when it's a lot of interruptions that are going on and we can't just have a real 1v1, it's like I can't really give you more than that. But overall, it was a great match by these women. It's a good lead up to them fighting on January 5th because they're going to be the Kabuki War is going to be defending the belts against Asuka. Going to be defending the belts against Rhea and Io Sky. So the beef continues. They both got one-ups on each other now. So Warriors are looking on top in the storyline. So can't wait to see what happens January 5th. Next up, we get a segment of the Vision backstage, and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they're not really sure about if Austin Theory competing, but Paul reminds them, hey, like a year ago and some change, like you was down on the card too, you was looking bad too, Braun. You was champ, but like nobody was really scared of you for real. But like, look at y'all him now, y'all the Vision. He said, I see the Vision in Theory, and because he see the Vision in Theory, he says Theory is gonna be in the main event tonight. And he's gonna be teaming up with Bronson Reed, and Braun is like, okay. Braun tells Bronson, I'm only there for you. I don't trust that man. I don't know that man, but I'm gonna be there for you. And Bronson's like, okay, I got it covered, man. You don't gotta worry about it. But Paul Heyman does say in the end though that we're giving Theory a chance, and if he doesn't succeed in his chance, he basically told them to put belt the ass on him, whoop his ass, After that segment, we get a thing saying that Maxine Dupree is going to be coming out. But we get the man. The man returns. Becky Lynch pops out. She's been gone for weeks because she's been upset about how she lost her belt. She's been saying there's a lot of people against her. She says that Maxine isn't a legitimate champion, that she was cheated, and that she's the real IC champion. She said Netflix told her to take matters in her own hands. So that's why she's here, demanding her title, demanding her opportunities. But then Maxine pops out. She said, this is my time to shine. You ain't gonna do that to me. She says Sports Illustrated was right about you. You are the GOAT. That's one of Becky's big things. Sports Illustrated said, I'm the best women's wrestler of all time. I'm the best women's wrestler of all time. And she says, you're right. You are the best women's wrestler of all time. But, and yes, I am a rookie, but I'm a rookie that beat you not one, not twice, but 3 times, and it's the IC champion. What are we talking about right now? And then she goes on to say that she knows Becky wants a rematch, and that she's willing to give it to her anytime, anywhere, and she says that she wants to be known that she's the people's IC champion, but also her IC champion. But she knows she's not man enough to admit it. She's upset with all her complaining about this and that. She's like, maybe you think that you're a has-been and that your best days are behind you, and that leads to that pisses Becky off. She hits her with a big punch. What she put belt the ass on Maxine. I ain't gonna lie to you. She gets the belt, start flexing with it, but then her problem is she tried to go back to beat her up again. Maxine ain't going. Gets that ankle lock in, wrenching on the ankle, man, and she makes her tap out. So hey. Maxine not scared no more. So when they fight again, and I'm pretty sure they're fighting on January 5th too. I think that got announced later in the show, but I can't remember right now. But their match is gonna be even better now that Maxine has got a little more training and that she's not her offense isn't going to be scary anymore. Now we're into our second match of the evening. We get into Javon Evans versus Rayo Americano. We got this match because last week the Americanos were disrespecting Javon, so he's like, okay, let's run the fade then. So we start up with the match with Rayo, and Rayo, for you don't know, he's basically Butch. He's Pete Dunne with the Americana mask on. But yeah, so we have Butch Americano versus Javon Evans. Started with a big tie up, lead to Irish whips, but Javon wins with the shoulder bump. After the shoulder bump, Javon hits a kip up and then hits a big drop kick on Rayo. Then that leads into another tie up, but this time into a headlock. Rayo gets Irish whip, but leads him to get a big leaping elbow on Javon. That leads to Rayo doing some limb manipulation. You know, he's just jumping knees onto Javon's arms, hits him with a chop, big limb manipulation with the arm. But Javon gets to come back. He does the bouncy where he jumps on the rope to a hurricanrana on Rayo. But Rayo wants to flex too. You know, he gets Irish whipped and he does the little rope catch where his body catches on the rope. He jumps out of that and throws Javon over the top rope. As Javon's on the outside, Rayo tries to do a springboard crossbody to the outside. That misses, which leads to Javon getting back into the ring and do a big Undertaker dive onto Rayo, which leads to the commercial break. After the commercial break, we have Javon on the top rope. Rayo gets on top. That's a big top rope arm drag on the ground. Hits him with a big face kick on the bottom. Hits him with a big forearm on the ground and stumps on his face. Like he's way more aggressive than El Grande. That leads into another headlock, which turns into a yeah, boo, and Javon wins it by getting Irish whip and a big running knee, very Daniel Bryan-esque. Now Javon's on a big come up. He lands a Superman elbow, a big suplex, then does a kip up into a springboard crossbody from the outside, but that gets a kick out. You know, and Rayo's looking bad now, so Grande jumps on the apron, but as it's happening, Javon tries to do another bouncy hurricanrana, but Bravo Americano, who is Tyler Baked with a mask on, stops Javon, slaps him, and that leads to Rayo landing a Michinoku driver on Javon. It gets a 1-2 kick out. Just like the last match, Rayo proceeds to do grabs the head and do the knee kicks, and it smacks Javon. But that helps Javon lock in. He reverses Rayo, big super kick by Javon. Rayo gets right back with an enziguri, and then tries to kick Javon into the corner, but Javon does the bounce off the rope enziguri onto Rayo. It's a 1-2. You get a kick out after that. Javon tries to do a springboard cutter, but that gets reversed with a forearm. That leads to Rayo trying to do a moonsault on Javon. That gets reversed. Javon gets out the way and lands the OG cutter off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Javon Evans gets the dub. And the Americano try to jump in the ring and try to attack Javon. He easily skedaddles away. And then he flexes on the stage. Overall, I give that match. That was a really fun match, but also I gotta give it a 3.5 again. I feel like it was the same level as the last match. I think it was pretty good. This had a more lucha style than the last match, but when you have interruptions like this, it's like I can only give you so much bail when you have interruptions like that match. But very entertaining match. It looks like Javon is gonna be moving on up to Raw. So it's gonna be interesting. It's insane how young Javon is and how good he is, but it kind of sucks that he never got the chance to win the championship over NXT. But it's good to see him move on up, get that bread, get that new check. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be in part 1 of today's episode. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can watch part 2 of this episode. Also like the video and share it with somebody, man, so we can join the community, join the haters. If you enjoyed this video, you obviously have to watch the next one. So do that. Bye.